do have to talk about insiders and locals right now, because if you haven't joined insiders and locals, you guys should join insiders and locals. You should do it because those are your people.
Yeah,
Insiders and
they
locals
are.
people. And like if you have, stuff to sell, or if you want to, talk, if you want to be prayed for, or if you want to pray for other people, you can talk about that in locals and insiders. If you have dirty jokes to tell, you can also
Oh
do
yeah,
that.
or good memes. Jana's
It
the queen.
runs
You're
the
not going to be
gamut.
her, but
Runs the gamut in locals and insiders. But those are your people. And then you had something you wanted to say about locals and insiders, right, Mom?
right. Well, I noticed in insiders yesterday that people were talking about locals because some of our folks were starting to get email alerts from locals saying, "Hey, your supporter subscription to locals is about to come up for renewal," and so people were like, "This is a scam. This is a spam. This is spam. I'm not going to answer it." And meanwhile, a lot of people's subscriptions are lapsing in local supporters, and we of course appreciate the support and are sad to see people go and see their subscriptions lapse. So if that is not what you want, if you want to renew your subscription and continue to support us, we would very much appreciate that. Those are not scam emails. That is locals letting you know this is the time last year that most of you signed up to be local supporters. And so, yes, your subscriptions are renewing. A lot of people did the $50 annual subscription so that you got 2 months for free because it's $5 a month. And so if you did $50, you got 2 months for free. And so that's what's happening. You're getting notices that are legit. So check your memberships on local supporters. And if you would like to renew, please do, because we so appreciate your support there or in insiders or in both places. We just really, really appreciate it. Also, I mentioned yesterday that we are hosting a very casual sort of tailgating activity on the Friday before our April 29th meet and greet in Phoenix.
Camp
And
Tono.
Tono out west. And so everybody that is a ticket holder got an email about that. If you have not gotten that email and you are a ticket holder for Saturday night's event, please check your junk or your spam inbox because we're getting close to that 200 people limit for Friday night or for Friday afternoon. Really, it's from 3 to 6. So if you haven't gotten that email, check your spam. If you have already RSVP'd for Friday, do not RSVP again. That just creates more work for me. So I'm starting to see people like send double RSVPs. Please don't do that. I've got you. Okay. And you're going to get an email that is saying the time and place of that Friday get together, probably by the end of the week, once we have that 200 folks locked in. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Joey, check your junk. Check it right now.
Yeah, check that junk,
Check
man.
your junk, Joey.
Check your junk. And also, I need to get boned really fast. Let me get my boning all up in here.
Everybody.
Okay, so couple little things to get to before we get to videos. And one of those things is that everything is exploding. So there was a metal manufacturing plant in Bedford, Ohio, 70 miles away from freaking East Palestine, where everything is already, completely borked. And so there was this giant explosion that happened at a metal manufacturing plant. One person died. There's a whole bunch of people in the hospital. People were burned, all kinds of damage to this plant. I don't know why. I tried to find out this morning. Still not a lot of answers about why this is happening, but doesn't it feel like it's constant?
Yeah, like everything is on fire. And then, like I was telling you, I saw just like some random reports of a pipe bomb in Pennsylvania that they found like near a church that was near railroad tracks. Listen, and it's totally unrelated, but it's one of those things you're like, okay, but why is that happening? And like, why is there not a lot of reports about that? And it's just weird. Like all this, listen, unrelated, completely unrelated, but they're investigating that and they don't have a lot of answers about that. So then all these explosions are happening and you're like, okay, this is totally weird. And then like our borders open, anybody can come in and you're just like, what? And then your mind starts racing. It's just, all of this is just completely like, why is all this happening? Why is all this happening? Right. Because it wasn't happening 4 years ago. So why is it happening?
It's just so weird. And it just seems so like every few hours, there's like another explosion,
Right.
another incident, another piece of chaos. There was a substation in California, and I can't remember the city, if it was Oakland or somewhere else, where the local airport in California was shut down for a few hours because there was some damage to an electrical substation. So like all of this stuff is just happening at the same time. And you do start to feel very tinfoil hatty about it, right? Because it's just too much all at once.
And then and the people who are in charge are nowhere to be found.
Well, they're very busy in Ukraine.
Well, I guess, I mean, they're all very busy in Ukraine, but like Mayor Pete, he doesn't seem to care about any of this kind of stuff. It's just not important, right? Because everybody and everything, all the roads are racist.
That he cares about a lot. That is something that he absolutely cares about. I wanted to remind everybody really quick before I actually remind people, Don Lemon is coming back on Wednesday. So I know yesterday we were kind of getting excited. Maybe he's on his way out. So far, they're saying that he plans to return to the show on Wednesday. So sorry for those of you who are hoping that Don Lemon would just sort of fade into the distance.
Your ratings will be really good on Wednesday.
Yeah, because everybody will be like, is he going to be nice to these girls now?
Right.
But what I did want to remind everybody about is this. This is what I take every day from Healthy Cell. These are the vegan essentials. Now, I'm not vegan, but this vegan multivitamin pack, you can also get the bioactive multivitamin, which looks just like this, only it's
I like the immune support. I take the immune support.
The immune support is also super, super good.
Right.
So this is a multivitamin that just has extra B12. That's what makes it like the vegan essentials. And I like having extra B12. And I like the fact that this is a multivitamin that doesn't like get stuck in your throat because it's not a giant horse tablet. And it's just a delicious goo that you can either like just suck right out of this bag directly. That sounded sexual, and I did not mean it to.
Joey really liked that. Joey liked it. Continue.
But it tastes great. And it absorbs into your body 165% more than any tablet, any capsule, any multivitamin pill that you might currently be taking. So I know a lot of our folks are already using Healthy Cell, and you will feel a difference. In fact, I just saw people talking about this in Insiders yesterday, that they were saying just after a few months, they actually have more energy. They get out of bed feeling better than they did before they were on this. And lab tests prove that your blood work is better after you've been on Healthy Cell. You can get 20% off of your first order at healthycell.com/chicks. And you should. Okay. So on to videos, because there's a lot going on. Obviously yesterday,
so much.
We talked about the breaking news yesterday that Biden was on this surprise trip to see Zelensky.
And he was like, with Zelensky, that's him. He's like, Zelensky, you're so hot. That's what he was doing. It's the Zelensky like lick his face tour and sniff his hair tour. That's what it is. I can't deal with this anymore. I'm so over it.
Well, and the reaction, you guys, to like on the mainstream media channels, the CNNs, the MSNBCs, and unfortunately, even on Fox with Stuart Varney, who we very much like, the reaction, the praise, like the act of heroism that they're all behaving that Biden just did. We're living in different.
It just further proves that we are living in different worlds,
right?
It's
completely night and day. And so I made a little montage. This is 4 smooshed together reactions of various people on various panels on across these mainstream media stations. But then it ends with Stuart Varney. Just listen to the gushing, you guys.
Chris, I think it's historic. It's like when JFK went to Berlin in 1963, when Ronald Reagan went to West Berlin in 1987 and said, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
You got to be kidding.
Mentioning Churchill, because Zelensky has been called the Churchill of our generation, and Biden going there today, I think it's going to be a moment for the history books. It's like when John F. Kennedy went to Berlin in 1961 and gave a speech at the height of the Cold War. Ukraine is the new Berlin. It's the rally point for NATO and the Western allies. And I think Biden did something really heroic.
What you're seeing today was the President of the United States showing valid, real, authentic courage to show the rest of the world that the United States was not going anywhere in this battle against war criminals who want to take over a sovereign nation.
It would be a game changer. President Biden makes a surprise visit to Ukraine It was a very well-kept secret. He took a train from the Polish border to Kyiv, and even as air raid sirens were sounding, he was meeting with President Zelensky and then walking the streets in a war zone. Highly symbolic. The president said he wants to leave no doubt about America's support, end quote, for as long as it takes. Those are his words.
I mean, what?
They're comparing it to tear down this wall. That's
it's
what they're comparing
disgusting. I mean, that's gross.
Like, seriously, dude, you may want to like walk that one back.
But he's not the only one. There's so many of them that are fawning over this.
Yeah, and they're all on MSNBC or CNN, except for Stuart Varney. Seriously? I can't.
Not to be confused with Stuart the Brit, who, by the way, is an insider now.
Yeah. Yay! Stuart, really? Oh my gosh! Yay! That's so fantastic. Yeah, I mean that was disgusting yesterday when I saw all that. I'm like, and I'm just dumbfounded. I'm sitting there I'm looking at this and I'm watching, going, what planet am I on? This is just. It is. It's further proof that I need a divorce from these people.
Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene heard you, and she actually said that yesterday on Twitter. She was like, "We need a national divorce. Enough is enough. Like, we can't do this anymore."
I can't. I can't. I cannot. I'm. It's like, 'cause I just don't agree with any of these people on any of this stuff, especially when it comes to the money that we're pouring to these. Here's the thing. When does it end?
It doesn't.
One of the things that Gutfeld said yesterday on the 5, which I almost stood up and cheered for him as I was sitting in my living room listening to it, he was like, okay, so we're told a lot of the time, and we have been over the past year, because this has been going on for a year now. Mm-hmm. We've been told we're getting ready to win, like they're on the verge of winning, right? And then we're like, okay, great. So we don't have to give them any more of our freaking money when our country is falling apart. This is what a lot of us are thinking, at least level-headed people. And then they're not winning. It doesn't end. There's no end in sight to this. And people, and like who's the liberal, the token, just Tarlov chick?
Oh God.
It could go on for years and years. Years and years. And so you're thinking to yourself, okay, so we're in this for the long haul, because it's kind of like he said, you put the pin in the grenade, you take the pin out, and then it's like, it's all just going to explode. We literally, like, their safety, their sovereignty, everything relies on us now. Like, we're like
at the expense of our own.
Right.
That's the problem.
Right.
And this is what he did on President's Day, you guys. He did that on President's Day. Like, he hasn't bothered to show up in East Palestine, but by all means, go and offer more money to a whole other country with no accountability once again. Carrie D, thank you so much. She says, happy Fat Tuesday.
Thank
Honchki
you.
Day at my house.
Thank you. Yeah, so it all relies on us. What a responsibility that is, especially when we are falling apart. I mean, it's like eventually we're going to run out of everything. We're going to run out of money, resources. I mean, we're
totally defenseless.
Right. We're already defenseless. Make no mistake. We're already defenseless. I mean, think about like our military. Think about us. If we were attacked tomorrow, do you guys think we'd be able to actually win anything? Do you think? Think about that. Yeah, look at Mock's face.
I'm doing the Chrissy Teigen face. Like everything is bad. And then meanwhile, when Biden goes over there, he cannot last 2 minutes without being just a full-on creep. Here's what happened when he greeted some of the folks in Ukraine in their little receiving line. He's immediately got to like touch somebody's biceps. Listen.
Mr. President, you still have those biceps. Good to see you.
Oh my God.
Why is he the way he is?
I don't know. He's like, I could do 11 pull-ups. Is what they told me. They told me I could do I can run a mile in under 5 minutes. This is what they said. This is what they put out in the press. I can do that. Really? Oh my God. He's touching other dudes' biceps.
And commenting on them. Like, just stop being so creepy.
Stop being so you. Just stop being you. Stop it.
Now, we should point out that in East Palestine, lots of people are, the people who can actually leave are trying to leave and go where they feel safe. But a lot of people are going to end up being displaced by this. So I want you to think about those people in particular, but also all kinds of other people who have had their own troubles, who are worried about ever retiring, who have no money to retire. Think about those people here in America, and then hear what President Biden says your money is going to help take care of in Ukraine.
Deliver much needed humanitarian assistance as well as food, water, medicine, shelter, and other aid to Ukrainians displaced by Russia's war, and provide aid for those seeking refuge in other countries from Ukraine. It's also going to help schools and hospitals open. It's going to allow pensions and social support to be paid to the Ukrainian people so they have something in their pocket.
Oh my God.
It's also going to provide critical resources.
Oh my
Pensions.
God. Pensions. We're paying for their pensions now. We're paying for the Ukrainian pensions. Do you get a pension, Mark?
Do not.
Do you get? Do all y'all get a pension?
I don't even know if I'm going to get the Social Security that
Right.
I paid in.
Since I was freaking 14 years old, I've been paying into the system. I don't know if I'm going to get it, but we're paying Ukrainian pensions, you guys. How do you feel about that? You feel okay about that?
What?
Right.
There's no words.
This is what
right?
we're doing. Yeah. I hope Stuart Vonnie is okay with that.
It's just is unfreaking believable.
These people can suck it. I'm so over this. Like we're over $30 trillion in debt, and we're paying for Ukrainian pensions now.
Mm-hmm.
This is not what the founders wanted, you guys. This is not what they wanted.
No. And the problem is, I mean, no matter where you stand about the US's role in the Ukrainian war, and I understand the arguments for it, but no matter where you stand, the fact that it's utterly just throwing money, you know what I mean, without any accountability, that is the problem. And we'll get to DeSantis's take on that because he is starting to weigh in on those kinds of national issues. But first, just want to remind you, this is what it looks like, you guys, when you get your free trial bag, your Jumpstart trial bag of Rough Greens. This is what it looks like. All you're doing is paying shipping. And I'm going to open this and try to show.
Are you going to eat it? You going to eat
I'm
some?
not going to eat it because it's for dogs.
Why not?
But can you see, like, without me spilling?
Yeah, it's really, really
There
green.
it is.
See how green it is?
It's made of the best possible ingredients. It's got all the essential vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, digestive enzymes that your dogs need for their coat to be super shiny, for them to feel better, for their breaths to
you just sprinkle a little bit on their food, and they're like,
and
they're
they
kind of like
it.
how Joe is to Zelensky. That's exactly how they are. They're like,
it's exactly like that.
So good.
And this helps your dog food, which, by the way, is just dead food, right? It doesn't have any living nutrients in it because otherwise it would never keep on the shelves. And that's not anybody's fault. Like it's not that you're buying the wrong food. It's just that it's dead food. And this helps it bring it to life. So if you want to try it, and this is a free bag, you just cover shipping, just go to Rough Chicks, RUFF chicks.com.
It's the greatest URL ever.
Greatest website ever. All right, let's hear from DeSantis, who was on Fox and Friends yesterday, weighing in about what's going on in Ukraine. And I think, as he is on almost every other issue, he's extremely practical and reasonable. Take a listen.
Effectively, a blank check policy with no clear strategic objective identified. And these things can escalate, and I don't think it's in our interest to be getting into proxy war with China getting involved over things like the borderlands or over Crimea. So I think it would behoove them to identify what is the strategic objective that they're trying to achieve. But just saying it's an open-ended blank check, that is not acceptable.
Right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. What is it with those rooms where they always have like these giant marble floors and the red velvet curtains and like one little table in the middle of it? What is that?
I don't know. I
God,
don't know what that
it's
is.
just so weird. Anyways, yeah, it's a blank check. We're giving him a blank check.
And there's no accounting of it. That's the problem, right? Is it like we're just sending all the money and then we're just trusting like a provably corrupt government to just, to spend it on the right stuff.
Yeah. That was another thing that Jessica Tarlov said in a panel I saw over the past, I don't even know when it was. It could have been yesterday or the day before. And she's like, well, I mean, we have to trust him. And I'm paraphrasing, of course. We have to trust him because he's never done anything corrupt.
Okay.
I was like, okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There, Jessica.
This is the thing. So many people think this way, and they think we have to just keep giving, just piling on money and piling on money. And there's no end in sight. I don't see this ending well,
or ending.
Or ending ever until we collapse.
Yeah.
It's going to be to our demise. It's to the United States' demise. It's like, when do we start thinking about ourselves?
Yeah. Mark Wallace, thank you. He says, never mind the hole in the ozone. What about the hole in America's wallets? Yeah. Tell me about it.
Somebody said it was yesterday. I'm sorry. It was yesterday. I lose track of my days.
It's all starting to run together.
It's all running together. Thank you.
Well, DeSantis went to New York City yesterday. You should have seen Mayor Adams' tweet to him. It was like, maybe you'll learn some New York City values when you come here. And I'm like,
there are values there?
He's learning about your values from all the people who are escaping your shithole to go to Florida. Right. You absolute moron. And the reason that DeSantis is going to New York and other places is he's on a cop tour, right? So he's on basically a recruitment tour to cities like New York City where cops are treated like absolute garbage. And he's saying, come on down to Florida. Well, you're going to be treated right.
It's working.
And it's working. And everything is actually really good in Florida.
Yeah.
Here's just a little clip of what he's been saying on his tour.
Been more important because, like, as much as I'm proud that Florida is doing well, I want the country to do well. I want all of these communities to do well. And in order to do that, we've got to get a commitment for law and order throughout every corner of this country. In Florida, we say we fight the woke in the schools, we fight the woke in the legislature, and yes, we fight the woke when they go after our law enforcement. We do not surrender to the woke mob. Our state is where woke goes to die. Thank you all.
Yeah, I love it. We need to get that same mentality in Austin, Texas, because Austin is like just rotting.
What was going on with all
the drag racing and stuff like that? Yeah, it's just lawless in Austin. It's because it's basically California has been transplanted to Austin, and the mentality there is California. So if you want to see what Gavin Newsom does to a place, to an entity, that's what it is. I mean, because all around it, you see Texas, right? It's Texas. And then Austin is California. And people will say that here. And then it's like, it's absolute madness there. No one wants, I don't even go there. I hate going to Austin. I hate it. I'll go there to go to a doctor, and I get the hell out, and it's because I don't want to spend any time there. I don't want to shop there. I don't want to do anything there, because it's like, I went there one time with my daughter. I went downtown Austin. She wanted to go to a particular shop to get something. And I said, okay, fine, I'll go there. We were basically accosted by a homeless dude. I was scared for us. And I wasn't carrying that particular day. And I thought to myself, I'm going to have to beat this guy up. I'm going to have to physically harm this guy with and so I pushed her into the store, and I thought, I'm going to have to fight with this guy. This is going to be really crazy. And because he was going to physically accost us. And I thought, never again. I do not want to come to the city ever. I hate that place. I don't like it. It's gross.
Big cities, man. Big cities all over the place, except in Florida, apparently, are just going to absolute crap.
It is. And it's because of Democrat policies. Make no mistake. That's what it is. And people will try to tell you otherwise, but that is precisely. And what a shame, because Austin used to be such a beautiful place to live. And people here will tell you that too. That is precisely why. So I hope that they adopt more policies. I hope that, people will get smart again, and the Ron DeSantis of the world will bring back the law. Bring it back. People want that. They want to be able to live there.
Well, and even though he's doing this tour and clearly talking about issues that a presidential candidate would be compelled to talk about, he still has not made any kind of announcement that he's running for president. There is, of course, lots of speculation. Here is a panel. I think it's from Meet the Press. They were talking about him running. And I thought this was interesting, because they're like, well, he may not know he's running, but he's running. Take a listen.
Susan, it's fascinating as we think about this to also think that Ron DeSantis is out there going to blue cities, going to Staten Island, going to Chicago to talk to police unions. What do you make of those decisions? But also this ramp up are we just going to keep seeing him ramp up until he finally announces?
Well, it's clear to me that he's running for president. It may not be clear to Ron DeSantis, but I think everyone else understands he's running for president. It's a question of what is the right timing. I mean, in some ways, Nikki Haley is out there, the first one challenging Trump. Maybe he's trying to see whether the water's fine to be a challenger to Trump this time. But Ron DeSantis is running. He has an incredible strength in Florida, which is an important state. Big double-digit re-election, but he is
an outlier in that year.
Yeah, but he is an untested national candidate, and the scrutiny you get as a presidential candidate is different than the scrutiny you get as a gubernatorial candidate.
And Rick, is there?
Oh my God, make it stop. Make it
Sorry,
stop.
I had to add it. I had to.
That chick really annoys me, though. I would be annoyed if I were him. Like, if people were just out there, maybe that's just me. It's probably just me. But if people were out there going, he's not announcing or she's not announcing, but she totally is going to. Like, she may not say that she is, but she's ramping up, and this is totally what she's going to do. Like, I'm going to say out loud what she's going to do. I would be like, yeah, I'm not going to run just because you did that. Like, screw you. Don't tell me what to do. I hate it when people do that crap. I mean, I know it's part of the game. It's part of the political game and what they do and the pomp and circumstance. And I just, God, that world, it's just so annoying. Like, people tell other people what they're going to do and how they're going to do it. And bugger off, lady.
Well, and I think there's, I think there's some truth in the statement that presidential candidates face a lot more scrutiny. It's like on a whole different level.
Yes.
I don't doubt that he can handle that, though. I mean, I feel
like he can. I feel like he's going to be if he decides to run, which we don't even know if he's going to do that. People are so hell bent on just saying that he's going to do something that he's not even put his hat in the ring. And everybody's just like, oh yeah, he's running. We don't know. He may not. We don't know.
And the attacks that are coming from Trump and others in Trump's camp, where they're trying to pin him to like being beholden to Soros, which is so absurd. Everyone is like, he's such a rhino. Really? Because are you looking at what Trump is saying about him, or are you looking at his actual results? He actually does 80, 90, almost 100% of the things that conservatives would expect and demand of a conservative governor in Florida. And it's like, he just gets shat on for it. He just gets called a rhino. And I'm like, what are you people doing? So if he has a conversation with Jeb Bush, somehow that cancels out all the actual results that he's achieved.
Well, that's
people
typical.
Have lost their minds.
That's typical conservative, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's typical who we are as a party.
It makes me crazy.
I mean, that's what we do. We've talked about that for 14 years. We shit on each other. That's what we do. It's worth, yay, look at us go. We shit on each other. Woo. This is how we are.
We already get it bad enough from the other side. So, for example, we talked about the whole Don Lemon hullabaloo calling Nikki Haley out of her prime or whatever, and that's caused all the drama there at CNN. He's not the only one that's saying it. Whoopi clearly has a personal issue with Nikki Haley.
Yeah,
and I know we played a clip of her last week about that being super mean. Well, she's not done. And now she's saying the same kind of stuff that Don Lemon got himself in trouble for. Take a listen.
It's time for a new generation of leadership.
You're not a new generation. You're 51. What are you talking about?
Oh, my God.
Compared to DC, that's a new generation.
Well, but it's not a new generation. She may be younger than most of those people, but her rhetoric is the same. She's saying the same BS, and I love the young kid, but you know what? The only way you're going to get younger people to run, dude, is if you're out there talking to people and saying run. Don't sit here and say we need it to look like us. We know that, but we're not going to vote for people who don't have our best interests at heart. Yeah. Okay?
Yeah. Okay. So where on the doll did Nikki hurt you?
I mean, seriously, she's
just really upset about that. Now, it's funny because she was on that rant about like, I hate Nikki because she's 51 and like, that's not young. That's not okay. All right. So basically she's agreeing with Don Lemon. And then later,
that is that's 20 years, 30 years separate her from the two primary candidates for president. 30 years. So yeah, that is a new generation.
Yeah, I think Whoopi's full of crap because she knows if it were a liberal woman, she'd be like, oh, she's a fresh face.
Right.
They'd all be like salivating over a 51-year-old liberal woman. You know they would. They would be absolutely doing that. And then later on in that same segment, Sunny went on to say, well, I mean, we should really be revering like older people. I don't know why we throw away older people, because, you know, I used to sit at the foot of my grandmother and just listen and take in everything that she said. And I really wish that we did that more with our elder kind of like, this is what I'm paraphrasing.
That has nothing to do with running for president.
Totally. Nothing to
my
do with
God.
that. Yeah. It's like, there's a time and a place. Of course we should respect our elders, but we don't want them being president.
Right.
You know? There's a total difference there, Sunny. But she was trying to draw a correlation there, and it was like, not having it.
No, please just stop it. Oh my gosh. Well, we've talked a lot about Nikki Haley ever since she made her announcement, and we've talked about her now famous line, I don't kick sideways, I kick forward. This is going to be, you're going to be hearing this a lot. She's starting to recognize that you're hearing it a lot. And she was on with Martha McCallum yesterday. She tried to use it again. And Martha McCallum pushed back. And so I wanted to play Nikki's response to the pushback and see if it changes any minds. I thought she did a better job in this particular interview than she did, for example, with Sean Hannity and other examples. Here it is.
New leadership. And
all right,
that's
so
what
I know
I'm
you
pushing.
say that you're not going to kick sideways, but we've seen Donald Trump on the debate stage, and I guarantee you he will kick sideways, and he will come after you. And you're going to have to stand up to that.
I kick back. When I'm kicked, I kick back.
And what will your argument against him be?
Well, let's wait and see if he's got a criticism first. He hasn't done anything. He hasn't said anything. So I know everybody wants to talk about Trump, but Martha, truly, we had a couple of thousand people in South Carolina. We had packed rooms in New Hampshire. Not one person asked me about Donald Trump, not one. And now we're in Iowa. People really want to talk about the issues, and I think that's a lot of it. They're done with the status quo. They're done with talking about all the old school things. They want to talk about how we're going to go forward. And I think what we need to make sure we tell American families is we're going to stop this socialism creep that we're seeing. We're going to stop this defeatism that's happened around our country. We're going to make people stand for America again and be proud of America.
Well, let me ask you about that
for our kids.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, here's the. Should I just tell everybody what I really think? She's not going to be president. I just don't think she's going to be president, you guys. I mean, I like Nikki Haley. I just don't think she's going to be president. I know it's probably a terrible thing to say.
No, I mean, that's probably a reality, especially if you look at polls right now.
Right. I just don't think she's going to be president. So, I mean, I think she's, I know, that's all I got to say about that. I just don't think so I think this is she's going through the motions, and listen, I'd love to see a female conservative president. I think it'd be great. I think that'd be awesome. But what I really like to see is just somebody who can get our country back on track. You know, it's neat, like the whole kicking, and that's great. All that's great. I just really want our country to be saved at this point. I don't give a crap who it is. I don't care what your color is. I don't care what your gender is. I don't give two craps. There's so much stuff going on right now. And we're literally we're circling the drain right now. So whoever that person is, I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Trump. I don't care if it's her. I don't care if it's DeSantis. I don't care if it's some jungle boy coming out of the woods.
I think Vivek is the jungle boy.
Yeah, he could be the jungle boy at this point, because we.
And by the way, for people who are listening and thinking that we're somehow saying something racist, let me just put that to bed right now. We've been talking about a jungle boy candidate for probably 10 years.
Yeah.
And what we mean by that is someone who no one has ever heard of before, who literally just emerges from the jungle and surprises everybody. I feel like he could be the surprise.
Right.
And that I wrote about him yesterday at our website, chicksontheright.com, where he's really getting himself out there in a fantastic way. And he has a lot of the same qualities that people loved about Trump, namely his business acumen, his entrepreneurial spirit,
I've always
the fact
loved
that he's started a whole bunch of companies, and not just in pharma, but in tech. Like, he's so freaking smart, so charismatic, a person of color, if that matters to people. But there's a lot going for Vivek too. And so I'm anxious to see how he does in this race. I will say about Nikki and that particular answer, no one is, I feel like she's on the defense when people ask her about Trump as if he has attacked her. That's not the point. She's like, let's wait and see what Trump criticizes me about. No one's asking you to fight back against Trump. They're asking you to differentiate yourself. And she just refuses to do it. And so she's going to have to say at some point, here's why you should choose me over Trump. That's
No, she
all
won't.
people are asking her
which
to
is
do.
which is why I think she's probably running for VP. It's like she hasn't done that yet. She's done countless interviews. So I feel like if you haven't done that, you haven't set yourself apart, then perhaps she is sort of like riding the wave, and then maybe she will, put herself out there and be like, okay, I'm cool with being a VP candidate. I don't know. Some people do that. Some people run for president because they want to, push their book.
Yeah.
I hate to say that, but some people do that. We've seen it before. So I don't know. I have no idea. I can't get into somebody's brain. I just know that, right now she's not really setting herself apart. I really do like her. I think she's great. I mean, we've met her as a person, as a human being, I really like her. I just don't, at this point, I just want
to show up. Like she needs to,
right.
She needs to say, here is why I am the right choice. It's not about knocking Trump or getting into a fight with him.
Mm-hmm.
Say, you can't just be like, I'm younger. That can't be your only selling point.
No, it has to be, I'm going to get in there. I'm going to kick all the ass and I'm going to do this, and this to get the job done, because our country's circling the drain. And these are the things I'm going to do to get it done. It's like, I need to start seeing people with substance, and I need to see a tick list, and I need to see other, and that's one of the things that people really liked about Trump, because he had a tick list and he started knocking things off the list.
Mm-hmm.
For the first time in a long time, we started seeing that.
Yeah.
I need to see that again. I need to see that again by somebody, because if not, we're going to be in a load of trouble,
Yeah. One more big topic to get to before we get to WAC, and that is the fact that Project Veritas has decided that James O'Keefe is gone. He is no longer welcome on the board or as CEO of Project Veritas, which I think is just, there's probably a lot we don't know about the behind the scenes stuff, but James O'Keefe announced to the Project Veritas team in a 45-minute speech yesterday all the things, the reasons that the board was telling him they were kicking him out. And then he was also telling his side. Obviously, we're not going to play 45 minutes of James O'Keefe, but I do have a couple minutes, like right at the end of his speech. So if you haven't heard this, you can hear the gist of his departure. Here it is.
There were tactical disagreements about the boldness of approaches soliciting donations. I was told, and I'm paraphrasing, by asking for X dollars right now, you will prevent 10X dollars down the road. That advice ran contrary to everything I knew to be true in my 13 years of fundraising. But that conflict was even more fundamental and essentially boiled down to this. And my vision, I'm going to paraphrase Howard Rourke, the architect, quote, I don't build in order to have donors. I have donors in order to build. That's what I believed, and I felt like we had a conflict of visions. We measure our success in terms of what we produce, not just in terms of our wallets. That was a pretty fundamental conflict, I felt. The day prior, I had informed him in front of his colleagues that if he wasn't willing to follow my lead, he'd be shown the door. I tried to deal with it privately, but I was unsuccessful, and the disagreement boiled over publicly in a staff meeting. The next day, this individual refused to resign, so I fired him. Later that same day, that's Thursday, February 2nd, a few days after the 50 million viewed Pfizer videos, I was informed by a different officer of Project Veritas that he would go to the board in a few hours from that moment and have an emergency vote to restructure this company. Receiving an agenda in my email while I was sitting on an airplane tarmac with the doors closing, the meeting was scheduled for the moment that my plane landed in Nashville. It became clear to me in that moment I would be removed from my position at Project Veritas by the time I landed at my destination. So, our mission continues on. I'm not done. The mission will perhaps take on a new name, and it may be no longer called Veritas, Project Veritas. I'll need a bunch of people around me, and I'll make sure you know how to find me. So with that, I'm going to collect my things. I'm going to load them into my car. And I hope to see some of you soon.
And that was that.
How does that even happen?
I
don't understand how that happens. I'm serious. Because you and I have a business. I guess I don't know. I just don't understand. I'm blown away by this. I really am. Like, I guess what happens is you start getting investors, and then those investors just completely F you over. Is that
right?
This is essentially what happened here. And you trust people, and those people are awful people. So basically he got effed by awful people. This is what happened, right?
I mean, it does seem like that, because the accusations that they apparently are complaining about with him with respect to some of his money mismanagement, that he spent too much on stuff that he shouldn't have been spending on. There's a part of me that I just feel so defensive for him, because I think about if you and I had a board and they decided that you and I can't go visit the giraffes that we're going to go visit in Texas in April because they think that's frivolous. Well, too freaking bad.
Right.
We created this company.
We created it. Right.
I want to pet giraffes. Okay.
Right.
So
exactly.
you don't get to tell me that I'm not going to do that.
Exactly. And we worked 14 years. And for the first 5 years, we didn't make a dime. And we just worked and worked and worked. And so, you know what, you can bite me. And it's like, if we want to do some stuff, we can do some stuff. I totally agree with you. Like, this is the thing. Like, a lot of these, I don't even, are they venture capitalists, like investors that come in, like these people get involved in it. And somebody said, don't ever give away your power. I totally agree with that.
Right.
Because the minute you do that, it's like they come in and they think that they know you, or they know your brand, or they know you as people, and they don't. And they don't know what you went through and all the hardship that you went through to start that. Like, I can only imagine what he went through, especially in the first few years of Project Veritas, just to get that off the ground. I can only imagine. God bless him.
He is Project Veritas.
He is.
So there was a lot of people that unfollowed, including me. I unfollowed Project Veritas. I don't care about that company without him. Like, to me, he is Project Veritas. And I'm sure that he'll go on to continue to do great things. I'm sure a lot of those people will go with him, because I'm sure that he had a lot of people at that organization who felt he is the face of Project Veritas. He is the reason for its success. Now, does that mean I know everything about behind the scenes and what happened? Obviously, I do not. I have no clue if there are legit criticisms of him. I don't know. I don't work there. I'm not on the board. I have no idea. And perhaps we'll find out more stuff that will change how I feel. But I think right now, I am team James.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm always going to side with the little guy.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that there apparently speculation about is that he was far too interested in his musical theater career and spent too much money on, like, taking people that worked at Project Veritas to go see him perform in Oklahoma this past August. There's all kinds of stuff like that. But that, I thought, would be a really nice way to end our video portion of today's show, which is a little montage that I've put together of some of the best moments of James O'Keefe doing musical theater. The first two are from his recent performance in August in Oklahoma. Then there's one that I don't even know when it's from. It's like some weird song that he wrote. And then then the last one, you guys, it's my favorite.
When he was really little.
He's so scrawny. He looks like he's about
little.
17. I don't know when it's from, but it is so funny.
It's
So
probably when he first started. Because when
Well,
he first
maybe.
started, because now he's like all beefy. And when
Yeah.
when he first started, he was really skinny.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. You'll see the end one. It's super, super scrawny. So here, enjoy this little montage.
Waking around. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Hi, Aunt Eller. Oklahoma weather winds come sweeping down the plains.
I love this.
I know you love this stuff. This is so you. Mom would drag me to this crap. That would be Mom dancing with him.
Look at this.
Oh my God. Your Prince song. I've never seen it.
James O'Keefe is suing Twitter for defamation.
Oh my God.
Protesters are taken down because they confronted a Facebook executive.
Take a video like that down, it would be due to a doxing concern.
I can show you.
Look at this.
Take your time. Hope that you can find a way to make it right. To get your sleep at night. Listen to my basics. Open your mouth and taste it. Don't be afraid to face it. Give up.
The chick in the background is like, yeah, yeah,
I
That
freaking
take
love
off
all
on
of that.
controversy. I wonder if Prince was alive when he did that. If Prince was like,
Please no.
nah, oh hell nah.
Oh my God, I just love that.
Wow.
Thank you,
Okay.
Luke. Luke says, good morning, God given to us and your families. Thank you for speaking the Holy Spirit, given truth on this social today. Everyone have a blessed day. James O'Keefe did the God-given thing. Thank you, Luke.
Yeah,
Thank you
so
very much for that.
sweet. Thank you.
Indeed. All right. You ready to intro your whack?
Well, yesterday I was on the Twitter machine and I saw this tweet and I was like, oh, this has to be my whack. This is a real tweet, you guys. Should bring
It
it up.
is.
Okay, so look how cute I am. That swelling from surgery has gone. Now that the swelling from surgery has gone down, LOL. It's Madonna, you guys. Look how cute she looks.
So, okay. So let's unpack and untangle this.
She thinks that she's cute now.
But is she admitting to surgery?
Yes.
Like as in just having it just now or what? Or
When
is she
everybody-
making fun of that accusation?
I don't know. I just think that I think she's being serious. I think she's like, hey, now that the swelling has gone down from that, I think it was the Grammy performance that she looked.
But see,
like
this is what doesn't make sense
a
because
blowfish.
on TikTok and Instagram, she has been posting lots and lots of videos through whatever, like leading up to the Grammys and since the Grammys, and they all look like this. Like there's no swelling. She just looks like this all the time.
I know.
And
She doesn't
so
look,
I don't get
well,
it.
the point is she doesn't look any different. She still looks like an alien. Right. And people are telling her that. So people are right. They're all like, no, but you look exactly the same. You still look
my
crazy.
God.
You look like an alien.
Yeah.
Also, her hat, somebody needs to tell her she needs Jesus.
Why is she the way
She calls herself Mama. That's like her thing now. Have
Really?
you noticed that? Yeah.
I had not noticed that.
She'll call herself Mama, like with all of her weirdos. Yeah, people will call her Mama. That's like the thing. I don't know. It's like a thing with her.
I just don't know why you want to mess with your face like
I don't,
that.
I don't either.
Just
I don't
get it.
I don't either. The lips. And I'd be so afraid they just explode.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Craziness. Anyways, so that was my whack today. Because
That
she
is
thinks that looks good, you guys. It looks good.
That is some good whack. It is time for My Pillow Talks. Buy one, get one on the brand new My Pillow 2.0, the best new pillow ever. You
What
guys,
is that thing
it
in the
is
pink?
best.
What is that thing in the pink? up
Well,
there?
speaking of Madonna, but first let me just remind people where to get the pillow. mypillow.com/chicks. Use code chicks at checkout to get buy one, get one on the My Pillow 2.0. You're not going to be sorry.
They're
They're amazing.
fantastic. They're so
Well, this
great.
is this Russian chick, right? Who puts so much stuff in her cheeks that it reminds me of where Madonna is heading. So I wanted to show it because look at her.
Oh my gosh. It looks so painful.
Doesn't it? Like, why?
Why do people do this? Oh my God.
Oh, it just looks so
Why?
owie.
Why do they think that looks good? I don't understand.
Like, I mean, if she smiles, I don't know how it's going to look different.
She
Like,
probably was so beautiful before too.
Oh,
And she looks like she was a pretty lady before. Now she looks like she has tumors on her face.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It looks like tumors. But that, that to me is where Madonna is heading. You know what I mean? That's like she's
Why?
on the way.
I don't understand it.
Yeah, it's just ew. Okay, so I have such a mishmash for you today. Check this out.
This little backpack here. Guess what's in this front pocket? All my remaining patience. And guess what's in this bigger pocket? This little back.
I don't know why I love her.
Oh my God, I love that. I need
And
that.
she like put it on her back at the end.
Yeah, it's like your little backpack. So great.
This is a twofer. There are 2 little dog videos smushed into one on this, and they're both adorable.
His face.
Watch the drool.
Leave it. You wait. Wait.
Look at this precious angel.
Oh my gosh. Is he like doing a low grade growl right now?
Just
I hear it.
Oh yeah, he is.
He's like,
but look at the like streams of drool that are pouring out.
God bless him. That's so mean. That's
such
so
good
mean.
training. It's
good not good training. Why would anybody train their dog like this? It's just so mean. Just give him the cookie.
Well, I mean, like, what if you legit have to have your dog wait for something?
What are you training them for? The dog Olympics? What is this? What kind of training is this?
He's so good.
Seriously, what is this?
What a good dog.
Seriously, I need to know what kind of training this is. What is this? It is mean, Harley Cat. It's mean. It is.
But
mean,
I mean,
Kristen.
it's like obedience training. Like you're showing the dog, you got to listen.
Listen to what?
To instructions from the owner. Like that's some good training. I bet that's what happened to my Ella dog. I bet she had to go through that.
Just give him the dog treat.
They get it eventually. That's the point.
My dogs.
But the drool, it's so funny. Oh my gosh. That's exactly what Ella does in the morning before she gets her biscuit. So she knows it's coming and there's just piles of drool that come out.
I give you the cookie, Cash.
I mean, they do give him the cookie. That's the point. It's all about listening. I think that
I
was
give it
really
to you
good training.
immediately. Yep, you're spoiled. So
all right. This reminded me. Remember when we did the Chinese beauty products video and we were like making fun of all the crazy stuff from China?
Yes.
This reminded me of that because I don't know what the hell this woman is putting on her face, but there's a reaction to it. Check it out.
I had a mask like that from China, remember?
I'm going to be honest. I'd rather just look like an old bitch.
So true. It's so true. Remember I had that, it looked like a wrestling mask. I had that on. It was
that's
like,
what I'm saying. That's why it reminded me of the Chinese stuff that we tried.
These Chinese chicks, they do the weirdest stuff to their faces. And then here we are, like looking like people here are putting crap in it. Women are so crazy. You never see ones with men. You never see videos with men putting a bunch of crap in their face or having like big. Yeah, you guys just age.
Just
must
age.
Be nice. Uh-huh.
For the cat lovers in the group, here you go.
Cats are really smart.
Well, and they're also super, super mean sometimes. And not even just to people, but to their own freaking kittens. This is like, this is unbelievable to me. Look how mean.
Oh my gosh.
It's just like, I'm just beating you up for no reason.
Oh my God.
What in the hell?
It's like mommy dearest.
Right? And these
She's all
kittens
like,
are just sitting there just trying to cuddle and sleep.
Running
and
over
she's
the
like,
new
no.
wire hangers.
It's just so mean. I can't even believe it. Oh my God.
Cats are dicks, Darren. They are.
They are. And when dogs get in trouble, they have very different reactions to being caught in the act of doing something wrong. I love this dog.
Excuse me, sir.
He just spit it out. No, I didn't.
He's like, no, I wasn't eating that. I wasn't. It just flew into my mouth and it flew right out. I don't know. I have no idea how that happened. No idea.
Everybody needs to know about knee babies. Do you guys know about knee babies?
No.
Oh, you need to know about knee babies.
Let's just talk about knee babies for a second. And I know many of you out there are like, what the fuck are knee babies? Warning. Once I show you, you cannot not see them. My mate Vaughn told me about them about 3 or 4 years ago, and ever since then, I can't not see them. Here's a few examples.
Oh my gosh.
Knee babies, right? There's fucking babies' faces trapped in those people's knees. I don't even know if they know.
Oh my gosh.
always going to look for this now. Always.
Oh
Forever.
my gosh.
Forever.
Knee
I will be
and
looking at
listen,
knee
like
babies.
short season is upon us.
Yeah.
There's short people like here. It was like 82 degrees here yesterday. So I was all excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, we could break out the shorts. There's going to be knee babies everywhere
Knee
here.
babies
in Texas.
everywhere.
Knee
And there will
babies.
probably be knee babies at our meet and greet in Arizona.
All over the place.
Mhm.
We're going to be looking for knee babies, you guys. Everybody's going to be like, do you have a knee baby? Do you have a knee baby? Just get looking for knee babies.
So you're
Everywhere.
welcome.
It's
you're welcome for that,
fantastic, you
for
guys.
that new perspective on knees.
Mhm. We aim to please you guys. That's what we do here. All right, bring it in. You getting up? You getting up, lazy bones? Hey,
Happy
get up.
Mardi Gras to everybody.
Come
That is
here.
why my name is Maki Gras today.
Bringing it
Happy
in.
Mardi
I'm bringing it in.
Gras.
Get up, lazy. Get up. He's too busy sleeping over there. He's so sleepy. you
See,
guys.
if you had trained him better, he would be listening to you.
Get up. You're making me look bad. You're making me look bad. Come on. Get up. Get up, lazy. He's not going to do it.
He's like, I know you're going to give me the cookie, so I don't have to listen.
That's
See?
true. That's very, very true. I should have denied you cookies. This is what Mock says because she's mean to her dogs. He's like, I'm just going to lay on the floor over here for a while.
No
and
flaps,
yawn."
nothing. So see, this is what happens.
Nothing. Just nothing. You guys.
We get
I
no
can't even
Mardi
turn it.
Gras
I
flaps.
can't even turn it and show you because he's just so asleep on the floor. He's too lazy today. It's Tuesday. It's a lazy Tuesday. You
It's Fat
guys.
Tuesday. That's why he's doing it. It's Fat Tuesday, and he's
Fat
already fat.
Tuesday.
He's like
It's already
and
fat
happy.
on the floor. You guys have a wonderful Fat Tuesday. We will talk to you tomorrow.